Welcome back, guys, to another episode of The Tipping Point. It's round 9. My name is Ben Reeve. We are part of the Hoops Crew Media Network. How'd you go in your tips round 8? I got 7 out of 9. Would have liked 8 or 9, but didn't happen. Slipping further behind. I'm currently on 50 for the season. Nationwide, 153,000. And in the Hoops Crew tipping column, 66th. So lots of work to be done. Wouldn't say there was a massive upset in round 8. Probably the one that stands, the biggest surprise really is the Dogs absolutely smashing Port Adelaide by 90 points. I think for a lot of people, I think I had Port for that one. But the margin shocked a lot of us. So, yeah, I don't know. That was probably the one for me. But let's get on to round 9 games. The first one on Thursday night at Optus Stadium is Fremantle versus Collingwood. Last time around, it was a draw. Fremantle drew with Collingwood. Now, other than that, though, Collingwood has won 3.5, if you count the draw, 3.5 out of 4 against Fremantle, and they've won 4.5, if you count the draw, at Optus Stadium. So pretty good record against the team, pretty good record at the venue. Fremantle, on the other hand, has won 3 straight at Optus Stadium. Tough one to start the week in tipping, everyone. I'd love to say it's a nice, easy one for you, but I'm going to pull a surprise here. I'm trusting the system still. I'm not convinced Collingwood's record against Freo is good enough. I'm tipping Fremantle. I reckon they're going to bounce back and have a good win here. They're not going that badly. We just expect a lot of them this year, so a lot of the negative talk about Freo through the week. Next game is Kilda versus Carlton, Friday night at the MCG. Last time around, it was the Saints by 2 points. Close games to start off the round. Well, at least the matchups were this time around. St Kilda has won 3 out of 4 against Carlton, but only one of their last 4 at the MCG, whilst Carlton has lost 5 out of 6 at the MCG. Yes, they did beat Geelong, but we don't talk about that. I'm going to tip the Saints here by 10 points. I don't rate these teams. Well, I did rate Carlton at the start of the year, but I don't rate them too much this year. I feel like they're just middling teams. I'm going to pick St Kilda in this one by 10 points. All right, Melbourne versus Hawthorn, Saturday afternoon at the MCG. Last time around, it was Melbourne by 38 points. Melbourne is on a 3-game winning streak. Can you believe it? They've won 8.5 games. There's a draw in there. 8.5 games against Hawthorn, and their last 2 straight at the MCG. Whilst Hawthorn's on a 2-game winning streak. Can you call it a winning streak? 2 games anyway in a row. And they've won 9 out of 10 at the MCG. I'm picking Hawthorn on this one, but by less than a goal. 2 points for me. Don't be surprised if we see the best of Melbourne. I think Hawks will just get it done, though, and some question marks on Hawthorn coming out of this game. All right, Essendon versus Sydney, I should say, the Saturday twilight game at Marvel Stadium. Last time around, it was Sydney by 39 points. Sydney has won 8 out of 9 against Essendon and 7 of 8 at Marvel Stadium, whilst Essendon has won their last 4 out of 5 games this season and have lost 4 out of 6 at Marvel Stadium. I'm going to pick the interstate side here. I just think the record at the venue, the record against the teams, is way too strong. Sydney by 10 points here. But if Essendon can pull this one off, I think we've got to start taking Essendon a little bit more seriously than what we are, or we have been at least anyway. All right, Gold Coast versus the Bulldogs, Saturday night at TO Stadium. I don't know, is that Darwin? Is that Alice Springs? I can't remember. It's in the Northern Territory, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's Cairns. Anyway, it's at TO Stadium. That's all you need to know. Last time around, it was Bulldogs by 48 points. The Bulldogs are on a 3-game winning streak, looking really good at the moment, and have won 5 out of 6 against the Gold Coast Suns. Whilst the Gold Coast Suns are pretty good at TO Stadium. They've won 6 straight there, but their form's dropped off a little bit. They've lost 2 out of their last 3 games. So after starting the season very, very brightly. For me, I can't deny the Bulldogs' form at the moment. I know Gold Coast have started really well, but I think Bulldogs are that team that has surprised everyone this year, and I think their form's going to continue, and they're going to win this one by 5 points. All right, Port Adelaide versus Adelaide, the showdown, Saturday night at Adelaide Oval. It's like showdown 60 or something. I can't remember. Losing count. Last time it was Port Adelaide by 22 points. Adelaide has won 3 out of 4 against Port Adelaide and has won 4 out of 5 at Adelaide Oval, while Port Adelaide has won 3 out of the last 4 games and have won 4 out of 5 at Adelaide Oval. I can't really split these ones. Adelaide look the better team. Port Adelaide trouble me. I don't understand what we're going to get from week to week. It's all that drama with Willie Rowley in the last few days. I don't think he's going to play, but maybe he will. But I'm going to pick Adelaide by 5 points in this one with not a high degree of confidence. So go your own way. I'm sure you will anyway, but go your own way on this one. Richmond versus West Coast. Oh, this is the one we're all looking forward to. Everyone get your popcorn ready. This is going to be fun and not Sunday afternoon at the MCG. Last time around, it was West Coast by 39 points. Richmond have won 4 out of 5 against West Coast, though. But here's the big but. They've lost 13 out of 14 at the MCG, whilst West Coast are winless after 8 attempts in 2025 and have lost 5 straight at the MCG. As bad as Richmond's record's been at the MCG, West Coast are an absolute rubbish team, a schmozzle, a mess, a disgrace. I've got to pick Richmond here by 20 points. I think they'll find something, and West Coast will be 0-9. Half the season's already done. All right, the big game of the round, the massive game of the round is Geelong versus GWS Giants. This is a Sunday twilight game. Why am I saying it like that? Twilight game at GMHBA Stadium. Last time it was GWS by 4 points at GMHBA. GWS are on a 3-game losing streak against all teams this year, but they've won 5 out of 7 against Geelong, and as I'm sure you are aware, have won 4 straight against the Catters at GMHBA. They somehow have a measure at GMHBA. I don't know how they do it. Geelong's won their last 4 out of 5 games, and we're not too bad at GMHBA either, unless we're playing Giants. We've won 6 out of 7 at GMHBA. I am going to stay with the Catters on this one. Cats by 20 points. Can't lose 5 in a row, surely. Surely not. All right, last game is Kangaroos versus Brisbane. This is Sunday night at Ninja Stadium in Bellerive Oval, I think it is, down in Tassie, Hobart. Last time it was Brisbane by 70 points. Brisbane has won 7 straight against North, and the last 3 games by an average of 84 points. They are smashing North Melbourne. They've only played once at Ninja Stadium, though, for 1 win. Now, North Melbourne, this is their home away from home. They've lost 12 out of 13 at Ninja Stadium. Time to give it up, North. Give it up. In this one, I'm going to tip North. No, I'm tipping Brisbane by 30 points, but would expect that to be significantly higher. Those are my tips. Massive shout out to Cyril Cook Florist. Don't forget to get online, get the 20% discount using our promo code GOCATS just in time for Mother's Day, people. Make sure you do it. Show them some love. And hopefully you go pretty well in your tips this week. Just not better than me. See you in the next one, everyone. Go Cats.